welcome to my channel. Well, I seem to have stirred up some controversy or ruffled some feathers, and that was not my intention. Um, if I know some people that I trust their reviewers, have been kind of curt, and like upset that that an implication like, and I don't know if it's coming from me, but if it is, I just wanted to say that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that people that receive anything for free, you can't trust their opinion. I did not say that. My complaint was with a fanboy of a Jack Wolf knife. What are my feelings about a Jack Wolf knife? Let me get right down to it. I have no dog in this fight. I have no dinosaur in this fight except for Peppy. And Peppy's ready to go because I don't buy $300 knives. I don't buy $300 folding knives. I don't criticize people that buy $300 folding knives, dollar folding knives. I'm not criticizing people that review them. I'm not criticizing how people get those knives that they review for that. Can I be more explicit? Do I have to get more explicit? It's not against you people who are taking offense at this. Not from me. Now, I know there are other people out there that are making the claim that all the people that are receiving a Jack Wolf knife are basically being influenced because the knife is being given to them for free. Well, if you feel that way about the person, that's reviewing them, then don't watch them. Just don't follow them, don't watch them. But if they've been true to you before on everything else they've said, many of them have been given to them before, then continue to respect their opinion. If you have a doubt in the back of your mind that they're being influenced by it, challenge them, question them, say, hey, are you sure these are really that good, or are you just saying that? And if they say they're really that good, then what are you going to do? Call them a liar? They know more than you whether or not. It's not impossible for someone to sit there and lie to your face, but I'm just saying it's highly unlikely from the people that I have in my mind right now, in my head. Two people right now that I have in my mind that I follow, that I like, that I think are great people and everything, but they're getting bent out of shape about this because, and rightly so, and many times their integrity is being questioned. In this. It's not being questioned by me, but it's being questioned by, other people in the knife community. Some will leave them in comments there, and they're entitled to those opinions. But those people that whose integrity is being questioned, they're entitled to defend their integrity. And the maker of Jack Wolf knives, you know what? He's entitled, and he should defend the reasoning behind his knives when people question him. From what I've seen from Ben, in my interactions with him, it's only been recently from the comments back and forth, I don't see anything wrong with the guy. Like I said, I'm not in the expensive knife world, so I have no idea how much one is worth compared to other knives. I just have to go on other people's opinions. And my opinion is, I'm not going to spend $300 on a folding knife. So it's not a biased thing, and it doesn't mean that just because of that I'm not going to watch videos where other people review them. The only problem I've had with Jack Wolf knives is saturation, video saturation. All of them, admittedly. Look, you send somebody a good knife and it's good, what do you want them to say? That it's bad because it's good? I don't know. I don't know how to say this. Like I said, I don't want one. I've never handled one. I have no desire to handle, even high-end knives. I might if I would go to a show or something where you could sit there and handle it. That'd be as close as I got to it. But I wouldn't want it's just not something that's for me. Now that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with it. That doesn't mean that I'm criticizing. That doesn't mean that I'm jealous. That doesn't mean that um, I think that people review anything. Olites. Olites give away Olites to people constantly. There are Olite sponsors that promote this stuff and give it and get it, and it's up to them what they do with it. Like JB, he will sit there and will give away things that are given to him. Now, if he was in it for the money or he just wanted to rip people off, he wouldn't care. He wouldn't give anything away. He would keep it. So, and the people that review the knife, all right, so they're getting a $300 knife that maybe they can't afford and maybe you can't afford. But you know what? You get to see their opinion on it. This is a person that, you've trusted before, and they're telling you what they think about it, compared to other knives that they've had before. Is that opinion good to you or not? Well, that's up to you to decide, But I think we should be open-minded in this community. If you think a knife is too expensive, don't buy it. If you think other people are being ripped off, who asked you to be their champion? Did the people that bought the knife, were they dissatisfied? And it looked like to me, from what's going on, that if you get one of his knives and you don't like it, you think it's overrated, or you don't like any of the features or whatever, he will refund your money if you return the knife. I've seen it offered right up in front of me with the situation, that arrived from this. And again, my video was not, and my parodies of the Lanny clip were not to put down a company. It's for us to laugh at ourselves about how we can get wrapped up in stuff. Like Ben was saying, his knives are luxury items. All right, so right there, that's a different classification than just a working knife and all this other stuff. You're putting it in a different classification. If you got a regular working watch, and then you want to go out to dinner and you switch. Believe me, I'm not going to get into watches. I'm resisting this, but you switch over to a fancy watch. There's nothing wrong with that, but you realize that both probably keep time accurately enough for what you need to do. One is just a fashion statement. All right? There's nothing wrong with having a knife as a fashion statement. There's nothing wrong with collecting anything for whatever reason you want to. It's your own money. And the reviewers that are reviewing these knives, please do not think when I do a parody of something that it's a direct attack at you or your choices in getting knives. If you want to view it that way, then go ahead. I'll take that hit, because you know what? I would rather have people laugh, than be sad. I'd rather have people get along than discontent. I'd rather see people. I'd rather not us not have a big drama when there's no need for one. There really is no need for drama on these knives, other than, you know what? Somebody went out of the way to do this and is now out there. If you think he's making too much money, you make your own knife. Go ahead. You try it. I don't know how much it costs to make one of these knives. I do know CNC machines are expensive, and getting operators to operate them, that costs a little bit of money too. So unless you've got a lot of experience and you've got your own CNC machines and you've got your own materials, yeah, I don't know what to say to you. I can see both sides of the picture. I can see that people say, "Well, look, there are factory knives that are made in their mind just as well as those knives. Why should they pay more?" You don't have to. That's the simple answer right there. You come to your answer. If you think that you can pay $100 less and get an equal or better knife, then freedom of choice. I'm not here to argue for either side. I'm here to argue for sensibility and reasoning. Uh, Again, my only issue was with a Jack Wolf fanboy. That's it. And that's not Jack Wolf's problem. It could have easily been like um, Knife Delights. Tom was talking to me. You know, it could have easily been the difference between Chevy and Ford. They're both good vehicles, but man, you've got factions that almost hate each other. You know, my dad used to call Fords fix or repair daily. I didn't ever see him own a Ford. He had Chevys, he had GMCs, he had Dodge, but he never owned a Ford truck. I don't know why. He was a mechanic. All I'm saying, he was a mechanic. He worked on cars, he worked on aircrafts. I never questioned him what it was about that. So, there. This one is mainly just to quash anybody that thinks that I'm calling out knife reviewers because they're getting free things. My thought was, look, all right, here's a good example. Established titles. You know that's a scam. But guess how much people are getting paid to say that? $10,000 to $20,000 per video. Would you be uncorruptible for $10,000 to $20,000? That's what I'm trying to get at. Where does your integrity lie? If you know the thing is a scam and you continue on with it, then you're doing your viewers, you've sold yourself out. Yeah, your integrity is worth $10,000 to $20,000. That's what that means. None of the people here in the knife community are doing this. I'm just using this as an example. There are other shows where I watch where it's been called out, this thing, you don't get any titles, you're not a lord, they don't plant trees for you, it's based out in Hong Kong. I mean, it's a scam, but people have fallen for it. And knife reviewers, influencers, they're getting paid. I'm not knife reviewers, but video influencers, or YouTube influencers are getting paid to promote this stuff. And a lot of them, even though their viewers are saying, hey, man, that's a scam, just FYI, a lot of them know it, but you know what? They might be in a contract. They might be in a contract that says, you know what? You're going to get this much money, and they've already spent it, to do this many videos for this long. They basically sold their soul. So that's all I'm saying. Watch out for you knife reviewers, myself included. Watch out for keep your integrity in mind when you're doing knife reviews or any other kind of review. As long as you can keep it above board and everything, then you're going to have no issues. And the people that watch you are going to have no issues. It's not something to worry about. But the ones that get extra defensive, just keep in mind that I'm not prodding this at you. I'm not the one that's doing this. This parody that I did with the Lanny's clip was comedy. I take existing things, man. I try to make it relatable. Like I was doing westerns, but I wanted to get like Danny's clip and everything for something relatable. It combines craziness with dinosaurs, with knives, mainly the cutlery corner. That's what I'm parodying more than anything else. It was the cutlery corner. Not anybody here in the knife community that we know. I don't even know those people in the cutlery, but I watched it so much. So, sorry, it's another long rambling rant. And I just wanted to clear the air with that on there. I have nothing against Jack Wolf knives. I have nothing against the reviewers that get those knives for free. Once again, I will say that is not a sign of someone unintelligent. That is a smart move to do that. You may not like it or whatever, but how do you expect a lot of these channels to continue on? You know, they got to get by somehow, and if some of them find a way, like some kind of sponsorship or endorsement, then go for it. I'm really not jealous of anybody else's success. I don't really care. I'm towards the end of my life. What do I? All I care is, do I have a roof over my head? Will I have electricity? Knives. I've got enough knives right now that if I never got another knife in my life, I would have more than enough to not last me the rest of my life. Really. So, guaranteed for life? It depends on how long your life is. If you're young, then yeah, that might mean something. But if you're old, guaranteed for life could mean 5 years. All it's got to do is last for 5 years. A novelty knife could get you by for the rest of your life. So, anyway. We need to not get too wrapped up in this stuff. Let's try to inject more humor. I've been trying to, but it's very difficult to come up with humor with all the stuff that's going on. I try not to let everything get me down, but when you combine everything that we go through, everything that we hear all the time, and then you come into your favorite thing and you just want to have fun, and you find out stepped on toes, dinosaur toes. How did you step on them? Who knows? They're dinosaur toes. Yeah, Peppy, he just fell off over that. I guess that was his first attempt at being a dino rapist. Notice I said rapist. Rap, like in rap music. I don't know. Closed captioning. Sometimes they get kind of weird translating stuff. He's a rap dinosaur. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.